of the hour to you. Let's get this Thursday started right here on AMHQ. We'll make it amazing since tomorrow's Friday. Air delays already. Newark, 31 to 45 minutes long. JFK, 16 to 30 minutes long. Both of them due to the storms that are in the area right now. Let's dive in to look at Boston. A hazardous weather outlook there. Some heavy rain on the way into your area. Likely we'll have some problems with the airports there. Travel, whether your drive time home. Also, season opener tonight for the Patriots. Hey, we got to talk about some storms during the game. Record rain in Dallas, 2 inches, beating a century-plus record, knocking out power, roads underwater in this area. French Quarter flooding as well. More than 1.5 inches drenching New Orleans. More rain today. Same thing. Flooding in communities from Staten Island last night all the way into Queens this morning. So let's get into it this morning. Let's talk to Jim about what's active and live. We've got a lot of rain in that I-95 corridor this morning and again this afternoon.
A lot of tropical air. One process, 2 processes to squeeze it out, and then we're fine heading into the weekend. Yeah. Fall weekend, even talking about big waves in Chicago, 6 to 9 foot breakers on the lakeshore, Friday and Friday night. So get ready. I mean, we got it all on the show. All right, first of all, today, if you saw some of the video yesterday or you saw some of the tornado warnings in Nebraska, the same kind of atmosphere is going to be sitting over north central Kansas today. So get ready for some supercells later on this afternoon. Chance at some severe weather as well, damaging winds, Kansas City, Topeka, Lawrence, Dodge City, you're all in this as well. Chicago, we'll watch this area of rain for you right now, sliding generally off toward the east, but we'll see if it builds a little bit to the southwest and then just kind of clips you on the north side a little bit later on this morning. Some of the models certainly suggest that that will happen. Here's the action that moved through the southwest side of Kansas City this morning. So let's actually just kind of start this all out and get an idea of what we got going on with initiation. Not bad. This is a little robust, all right, down to the south. But again, the atmosphere kind of lining up ahead of this next front right in this region today. Let's see what happens here as we model out in time what the atmosphere could do for us going on. Certainly starting to see the upper dynamics kicking off the rain, probably elevated thunderstorms across Nebraska here, north of the warm front. Look at Chicago by 4 o'clock this afternoon. You know, we've been focusing a lot on the eastern delays. Guess what, Chicago? You'll be in this as well. And then as we go on through the evening, look at this, just one big area of thunderstorms. This will be a big thunderstorm complex developing tonight. Kansas City, you're going to get crushed again. Look at that I-70 corridor, just absolutely shillelagh'd with plenty of wet weather for you coming up today. So get ready. It's going to be a wild ride. All right, into the northeast. Sam talked about the action around Narragansett Bay this morning. Montauk Point, Eastern Long Island, Atlantic City, Philly. All these areas will be into the rain pretty big. And the good news is we need the rain so bad, especially coastal Connecticut. Very, very bad drought situation there. Certainly one of the worst east of the Rockies. It's certainly not California, but it's bad. Just ask the people that live there and are looking out their windows at brown lawns. Hempstead up across, again, Long Island Sound, along coastal Connecticut as well. Some pretty heavy rain with these. Earlier on, about 1 inch an hour pumping out of this thing. So you can see it's now moving east of Newport in terms of the heavy rain, heading up toward New Bedford and across the Cape. There's just plenty more where this came from. So let's model this out. All right, well, Philly, you're in play. You're going to have some delays. New York, you'll probably be back into the delays a little bit later on this afternoon, and certainly Boston as well. Let's take a look at New York City this morning, though, to show you what kind of a day you're in for. In and out of the clouds. When the heavy rain moves in, the ceilings will go down. You won't be able to see this far out. Of course, the roads will be wet for probably a good part of the day today. Philly will take you down there. Expect your rain a little bit later on this afternoon. Some of this will be heavy as well. I'm talking about the heavy stuff with the thunder and the lightning. It certainly looks convective for a good part of the afternoon as well. So expect thunderstorms just about all day long. And now we're getting toward game time, right? Roethlisberger against Brady. Of course, Brady is going to try and come out smoking. And look at what the latest Her model does, interestingly enough, kind of gives us a little window here, little window of quiet time toward 9 o'clock. Just to make a liar out of me, because I thought, you know, lightning would be a big deal. But let me tell you something. I'm high enough in terms of the potential here to still call for that. So we may have to be dodging some lightning issues tonight at Gillette Stadium. We are not completely out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination. So supercells across Kansas. Lightning at Gillette Stadium, possibly, as we get into tonight. Sam, back to you.
Yeah, and all that rain you just mentioned going into New Jersey right now. New Jersey started their water restrictions. That's how dry it had been in those areas. A good part of northern New Jersey. Let's talk about this game that Jim just talked about, though. The Patriots kick off their season today in Foxborough, Mass. So, game time forecast. Jim just said there's that little pocket of dry air now in the models right around 9 o'clock. But you could get a round of rain before and maybe even later. So, Paul Goodlow is live in Foxborough. And, Paul, we've just got to talk about keeping people safe in these environments where they're going to the big games, and there could be some lightning around tonight. Morning, Paul.
Good morning, Sam. Yes, we do. Again, safety, a huge issue. Of course, they have their lightning safety rules. If it's close enough to the stadium, they definitely get the players inside, but also they advise the fans as well to seek shelter out of the open as well. But you talked about the football. Definitely a lot of people are ready for some football here all across Foxborough and New England. We'll talk about the game coming up. Well, let's kind of look back at what we went through here across New England, Boston, Foxborough, surrounding areas. We went through record snow this past winter. Talking over the last 9 months, what extremes we had, from 110.6 inches of snow in Boston, all-time record, over 9 feet of snow, to now the last 3 days, we had a heat wave here in September. 93 on Monday, 96 on Tuesday, 93 degrees yesterday. Last 2 days were definitely record highs for those days, and the first time we've had a heat wave here in the Boston area in September since 1983. And by the way, 83, only Tom Brady, the only Patriot that was still born, that's currently on the roster here. So it's been a long time since we've had some heat in September. The forecast here, the heat is gone, well, relatively speaking. Average is low 70s right now, 74 degrees. Next week, though, we'll start warming back up to the 80s, not the 90s. But the game going on tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, still a possibility, as Sam and Jim were talking about. But we do here at the Weather Channel, we take a look at the forecast, and then we look at how the players have performed in similar weather in the past. So look at these QB stats. Roethlisberger and Brady both playing 7 games in the rain over the last, say, 5 or 6 seasons. And their stats are similar in terms of completion. Brady has the edge in terms of the number of yards on average he's thrown during those games. But look at the records of these two quarterbacks. Brady is 5-2. Roethlisberger is 6-1. So you're thinking maybe Roethlisberger has the edge, right? Not so fast, my friend. Sam, Brady is undefeated. 5 victories in the rain here at home. Again, this forecast for rain, I'm picking Brady and the Patriots based on his performance in previous weather. Sam?
Paul, I got to tell you, that was fascinating to me. When you put the stats down like that and then you start telling us how they play in this weather, it all starts to make sense with me. Paul Goodlow live right there. Hey, with this front will come not only the storms, but behind it, you may be hearing people talk about a fall-like push of cool weather. Jen, let's let folks know what they're in for.
Oh, and the people in the Northeast are saying, please bring us those cooler temperatures, and they're coming. We have 2 different pushes. As we start off right now, looking at St. Louis, been really hot earlier this week. You had temperatures in the 90s, mid-90s. Right now, you're waking up to pretty quiet conditions, 70 degrees, but you have some rain on the western part of your state. As we show you for St. Louis today, 86 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds, rain, thunderstorms around for Saturday as well as Sunday. But look at those temperatures. They're going down to 49 degrees. Yeah, all that fall-like conditions is going to be making its way to the Midwest as well as the Northeast. Here comes front number 1. Kind of a slow mover, not that impressive, but this one is going to be the beast that ends the heat out. As we look ahead for the weekend, these temperatures are actually going to be 5 to 15 degrees below average as opposed to 5 to 15 degrees above average, which many areas have been dealing with. Today, we're going to see a high of only 59 degrees at International Falls, 67 Minneapolis, 78 for Des Moines. You get the idea. All the warmth is still going to be across parts of the South and parts of the Northeast. As we show you for tomorrow, it gets even cooler, 11 degrees below average for Minneapolis. And then we look ahead through Saturday, temperatures 15 to 20 degrees below average, 70 degrees for you in Nashville. And the good news is the humidity going down. We're going to talk more about the storms moving into the Northeast and how that can threaten tonight's big game across parts of Boston. Stay with us.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 76. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
9 minutes after the hour with more storms setting up in the Gulf this morning and moving onshore throughout the day. Take a look at this. Roads returning to normal this morning finally after yesterday and last night's rain. More than 1.5 inches of rain drenching the city yesterday. Storms moving through in the afternoon for the most part here, making a real mess in the French Quarter. Another round of storms, as we said, are likely today. Look how much rain is just pouring down. Kind of interrupts your bar stroll. You know, you got to dash from door to door if you're in the French Quarter with your to-go cup. All right, storms impacting much of the East Coast this morning. Jen, a lot of heavy rain, flash flooding. We're going to have them not only to deal with in the morning, and we still have some of those delays, but in the afternoon and drive time home.
Yeah, kind of really an all-day event out there. There's been times popping up even heavier into the afternoon. Good morning to you. We're looking at Raleigh. You have overcast skies, mostly cloudy. Today, though, it's still going to be warm. We're going to see high temperatures getting close to 90 degrees. Right now, 74. Traffic moving pretty nice this morning. We're looking right now, live view, dry roadways. That always helps. Raleigh, looking at your forecast, here comes your chance of storms around very late into the evening. By the time, hopefully, you're home, kicking it off right around 7 o'clock tonight. So here is the forecast. And we start off, of course, looking at the radar. Already seen some rain. Look at areas just to the south of Louisville, just moving to the north of Bowling Green, London, as well as Knoxville. Looking at really the areas of Interstate 40 as well as 20. That's where we're going to see the heaviest rainfall as we go through the day. But look across parts of the Louisiana coastline as well as into Texas. That's where we have a bit more lightning out there. This is all developing ahead of a cold front. And today, it's really going to be about the cold front. We will see some of that sea breeze coming into play across parts of Florida. But as we go 1, 2 o'clock, you can start to see those storms trying to line up in advancement. That includes Atlanta, down towards Jackson, Birmingham. We go through 7 o'clock tonight. It's still going to be stormy. And some of the heaviest rainfall is going to be right along the coastal areas as well. But we have a lot of moisture. Those dew points today are going to be in the 70s. That's that amount of moisture. So possibly we could be looking at 1 to 2 inches in some of these spots. Atlanta, here's your forecast today, 3 o'clock all the way through 9 o'clock tonight. Hit or miss storms, you're going to be dodging those. And it looks like even as we go the next couple days, we got another round of rain coming through with another front. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, you want to go to the beach today because it's going to be close to 90. Be aware, some of the lightning out there could be certainly dangerous, especially in the coastal areas. Sam.
All right, Jen, in college football last weekend, we saw some big storms around the University of Georgia. And this, well, we talk about today in the Northeast, the countdown to kickoff of the NFL season tonight in Foxborough, Mass. So let's talk about the storms in that area. Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots, 8:30 Eastern at Gillette Stadium. There is the possibility of some thunderstorms in the area. Right now, the models are showing just before and right at the beginning of the game and a little bit toward the end. So let's talk about safety here. Joining us live is Dr. Kevin Klasel. He's a meteorologist at the University of Oklahoma. Hey, good morning, Kevin. How are you?
Good morning. How's everybody today?
We're great, good doctor. Let's talk about this. With the conditions that we may see in those areas, what's the best thing for people to remember as they head into an open stadium when there's thunderstorms in the area?
Well, it's a full day, actually. I mean, we're talking about storms maybe just before and just after.
Yeah.
But think about all the preparation, the tailgating, all of the people that are exposed out in parking lots and things like that. You need to have a plan that doesn't just include the stadium, but your entire day. I mean, if you think about what they plan for, I mean, the food, the drink, the tents. I mean, if we put weather into that planning process along with those things, we'd be a lot better off.
Well, I just mentioned that we had some big weather over the weekend in college football, University of Georgia. There was also a lightning strike at Raymond James Stadium last season. The Buccaneers versus the Packers, I think, was the game there. So what's the best strategy for these stadiums, whether they're college or pro stadiums, to have to keep their folks safe?
There are a tremendous number of resources out there. First of all, have a meteorologist. Have a professional meteorologist who can assist with providing the information, and then have a plan in place beforehand. Make sure that your fans know about that plan. There are several resources out there. The Event Safety Alliance has an event safety guide. The National Center for Spectator Sports Safety and Security, NCS4, has a guide. There are lots of resources out there that venues and stadiums can use. And it's all about preparation, having those decisions made ahead of time, and the ability to communicate those decisions.
Yeah, it sure makes a better plan for everybody to be able to follow it. If they know it, everybody knows it, and you can just tick it off if bad weather moves in. Hey, Broncos just got a lightning safety system. Can we just talk about that briefly?
Yeah, their safety systems that are coming into play from the Weather Enterprise are getting better and better, and the ability to get that information onto an app. For example, if you're going to the game tonight in New England, I mean, the game day app that the Patriots have has weather information embedded in it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
If all of the NFL teams and the college teams could start doing that, we'd be a lot better off.
All right, Dr. Kevin Klasel, I love this conversation, particularly as more and more people now start thinking about getting into these fall games. All right, Enaritis Rodriguez, thank you, sir, for spending your time with us. We always appreciate it. Enaritis is tracking your post. We begin a little with New York.
Yeah, weather delays stacking there in New York. Newark, JFK, and LaGuardia. The weather keeping you at the gate for at least 45 minutes. You're going to love this shot of the Verrazano Bridge. A sloppy commute this morning. Look at that. I love those shots.
I would love a more clear sky shot of the Verrazano, but it's a beautiful bridge in any weather.
Still majestic. Let's head to St. Pete Beach, Florida. Not the case. A beautiful sunrise out near Fort Lauderdale.
That's just like someone tossed color at the wall. That's beautiful.
Bob Ross, I call this Florida. Yeah, keep sending us those pictures. Use the hashtag
MyWeather.
Happy
little tree.
Talk to us on Twitter.
I've got 2 reasons to take care of my heart. That's why I take Meta.
Meta is clinically proven to help lower cholesterol. Try Meta today. And for a tasty heart-healthy snack, try a Meta Health Bar.
Hi, I'm Hall of Fame catcher Johnny Bench. Now, I may have retired, but I'm definitely still active. That's why for over 10 years, I've used Blue Emu Super Strength Cream to help me stay that way. Made with real emu oil, Blue Emu Super Strength Cream is a non-greasy, odor-free, fast-absorbing formula, so I can still do the things I love and the things I don't. Blue Emu, it's easier than you think, and you won't stink.
You can't always protect her. Make sure her tires will. The Michelin Premier Tire with Evergrip technology. Even when half worn, it's still safe. Safe when new, safe when worn.
At the cruising altitude of a 747, our bodies will be literally dying. Everest is the most dangerous place on Earth. On the top of Everest, Alan, we made it.
They say the storm of the century is headed your way.
Oh, no. That's the wrong way! We're all getting down together.
Everest. Experience it in IMAX 3D. Rated PG-13.
Tomorrow on AMHQ, week 2 of college football. So we'll forecast your tailgates. And since we're in between the peak travel seasons, we'll find you the cheapest places to go tomorrow on AMHQ.
Before Mars, before space stations, before shuttles, before one small step, before rocket rides, before flat tops freeze-dried in flight suits. Back when what went up still had to come down. We challenged ourselves to change everything. A first-person view of space awaits at the spot where our journey to the heavens began. Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Always exploring.
If there's one thing the human foot has always been good at, it's unleashing great power. The IS Performance line just got a power boost. Introducing the Lexus IS 200 Turbo and IS 300 all-wheel drive V6. The IS line has never been more powerful. Once driven, there's no going back.
What's up with this weather, huh?
Today's weather? Well, I'd get things done this morning because we've got some big changes rolling through this afternoon. Jim Cantore has that.
Sam, this is fascinating. Rapidly rising warm, moist air creating this huge cumulonimbus cloud. Oftentimes, the results can be electrifying. Back to you, Sam.
Great job, Jim. That should get you started on your day. So now, back to you.
Back to me.
Sam Champion on the Weather Channel. Weather Precise.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 76. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
As we discussed this morning, delays. As a matter of fact, 3 of the top 10 impacted weather airports are delayed right now. Newark, LaGuardia, and JFK. Length there, as you see at Newark, at 1 hour. JFK also have delays. Heck, they issued ground stop order this morning with the rain moving through. Look at that. More to come off toward the west and southwest. We're just going to be in and out of this all day. 45 minutes, of course, at JFK. And at LaGuardia, number 3 on the top 10 list, sitting there with 1 hour right now due to obviously increased volume coming in due to the low ceilings in the area and, of course, the rain. So it would be nice if I could say, hey, the rain's done. The airport situation will improve, but it won't. We're not done with the rain. We have more showers and thunderstorms for a good part of the day, certainly, and more delays with that we can promise you. We may add certainly Philly, Baltimore into the mix as well. I mean, look at the model really cranking out some more storms around Philly. Pittsburgh, you'll be into the rain. As a matter of fact, you are right now. Let's take a look at Pittsburgh this morning. We've been giving all the attention to New England because the Steelers are up at Foxborough. Well, guess what? It's just as nasty in Pittsburgh in terms of the rain, but I don't think we're going to see the convective rain that we have the chance of seeing in Foxborough tonight. So as we so heard about from the Weather Service in Oklahoma, let's have a plan. All right, storms will just about pepper everybody from Baltimore and Washington up through Philly, New York, Boston today. The Northeast megalopolis could have a pretty good crushing here. But what's interesting is the RP, or the HRRR model, is starting to separate the precip a little bit. So they bring us a little bit of a tapering off around 9 o'clock this evening. This is one run of one model. So I'm not going to say, hey, no problems tonight. So let's keep an eye on it. We're still going to forecast the chance for lightning and rain pretty much for the entire game. So you know what, Sam? Let's take a look at the RPM model. Okay. So I just showed you the HRRR. This is the WSA RPM model going through this afternoon. Showers and storms all day long. 8:30. That's pretty close. Yeah. We don't have anything over actually Providence. We have some rain starting up toward Providence, okay? And then, as you can see, it looks like a band of thunderstorms coming in from the south around 10 o'clock. And, of course, the game will still be going on there 11:30, 12 o'clock. So the later we go, the worst weather, certainly, at least that's what the RPM shows right now. But just about during the entire game, there's that chance. Yeah. Rain, whether it be drizzle, heavy, or, even some lightning in through.
We're going to fine-tune this all day long.
Yeah,
just
this model updates every hour.
Right, but you just got to know that the storms are in the area. Whether they're at the beginning of the game or the end of the game, the storms are in the area. Right. It's something for you to pay attention to.
Absolutely.
Hey, 3 stories to share this morning.
What you got today, buddy?
Jim, do not get bitten by a snake, my friend, in the next year. Don't do it. Just try not to. Try to avoid it because there's a shortage of snake bite anti-venom. I just got to tell you. So 5 million people a year get bitten by snakes. 100,000 die. And almost 500,000 will be permanently disabled. What's fun about this? All right. It doesn't get any better because this could get worse. The makers of the most powerful snake bite antidote stopped making it last year because they say cheaper competitors pushed them out of the market. And now there's a shortage because studies have shown that the alternatives don't work as well. Yeah. The main victims of this shortage, those living in sub-Saharan Africa, where 30,000 people a year die from snake bites. Dance carefully through the grass, everybody. Ceres, a dwarf planet. Smile. Asteroid in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. 250 million miles away from the sun. And now, some of the best pictures, and know that there are craters there, that we've ever seen. Images taken by NASA's Dawn spacecraft show the bright spots. These are the best picture scientists have ever gotten of these craters, they believe. They're trying to figure out what they are. They could be ice or salt deposits. Dawn, a space probe launched in 2007, will get even closer to Ceres in October, so we'll know a little bit more then. And what do you do with the bike in the top of a 200-foot dam in Slovenia? You don't ride down it. Yes, you do. A professional mountain biker, he heads straight down the face of the dam, right into the water. Now, this is what he wanted to do. They had been looking for an area that was in drought so they could do a ride like this, and they wouldn't have the problem of water going over the spillway. They wouldn't have to fight that. You know, you want a nice, dry side of the dam when you're riding straight down it. All right, they found one there. He got into the water safely. Everything seems to be okay. You don't even hear a hurtful sound or air escaping from his lungs as he hits the water. He's shooting for a $20,000 prize from GoPro. I'm hoping that he gets it.
That was pretty gutsy. I couldn't believe that didn't hurt a little bit, though.
Yeah, you know it hurt. I just don't know how you kept the from getting out. Yeah.
Right?
Those are 3 things.
This program brought to you by Toaster Strudel. Gooey, flaky, happy.
My theory is pretty simple. Happiness before cleanliness. Gooey, flaky, happy. Toaster Strudel. Now with more icing.
I take Prilosec OTC each morning for my frequent heartburn. Because it gives me 0 heartburn.
Prilosec OTC, the #1 doctor-recommended frequent heartburn medicine for 9 straight years. 1 pill each morning, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
Staying in rhythm. It's how I try to live. How I stay active. So I need nutrition that won't weigh me down.
For the nutrition you want, without the calories you don't. Introducing Boost 100 Calories. Each delicious snack-sized drink gives you 25 vitamins and minerals and 10 grams of protein. So it's big in nutrition and small in calories.
I'm not about to swim in the slow lane.
Stay strong, stay active with Boost.
Hey, what's up? I'm Ted. Rudy and I have a lot of daily rituals.
Namaste. Stay.
Taking care of our teeth is one of them. When I brush my teeth, he gets a Milk-Bone brushing chew. Just another way to keep ourselves healthy. I'll go change.
When is your flu shot more than a flu shot? When it helps give a life-saving vaccine to a child in need in a developing country. Thanks to customers like you, Walgreens' Get a Shot, Give a Shot program has helped provide 7 million vaccines. Make your flu shot make a world of difference. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Who needs a witness when you set the world in motion? The Ram ProMaster van, and introducing the all-new Ram ProMaster City, purpose-built to help you run the town. Ram.
When your windshield needs fixed, trust Safelite. For these parents, driving around was the only way to get their baby to sleep. So when their windshield got cracked,
we can't drive this car.
They wanted it fixed right. So they scheduled with Safelite. Our exclusive TrueSeal technology means a strong, reliable bond every time. At Safelite, we stand behind our work. Night-night, little buddy. Because the ones you love sit behind it. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Let's do this. Fall is all around. Let's put it in the yard. Add some color. Lose the cord. Let's go all out with reds, yellows, and plenty of orange. And save a bunch of green. Then sit back, settle in, and celebrate cooler weather with a much cooler yard. Let's do this. Add color to your yard with Vigoro Mulch. 5 bags for just $10. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Weekdays on AMHQ.
I want to make sure everybody can get an idea of what's happening here.
Let's talk about that.
Let's lift the face of this.
You're about to see something you have never seen on television before.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 76. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tomorrow on AMHQ, week 2 of college football. So we'll forecast your tailgates. And since we're in between the peak travel seasons, we'll find you the cheapest places to go tomorrow on AMHQ.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour on this Thursday, you're watching America's Morning Headquarters on the Weather Channel, and beautiful images from a dangerous week of weather in the Southwest. 2 to 3 inches of rain falling east of Los Angeles yesterday, triggering flash flooding and at least 1 mudslide. Lightning started 6 brush fires in northern Los Angeles County, and earlier this week, a hiker was killed when he was washed away in a flash flood. In addition to this, of course, the dangerous heat. Not too long ago this week, LA had the second highest energy demand on record since 2014.
Yeah.
Record high temperature yesterday, that's why.
It's just been a rough run. And I got to say, when you said it, I was like, bravo, Jim, because looking at the models today, I think that dry air, the block gets out of the way. And there's another round of rain that gets towards.
There's going to be. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk to Edgar a little bit later on this morning. I mean, wait till you see all the colors on the map for Southern California. I mean, it's everything. It's excessive heat, flash flood watches. I mean,
so
the full crock of guacamole, as they say.
We'll wake you up with everything you need to know. Jen's in this morning. Anna Rittis is there. Jim is here. Hi, I'm Sam. Let's get started with the cities we're watching.
We're looking at you, Chicago. You have some big waves on Lake Michigan coming, especially Friday. As we show you right now, 59 degrees. National Weather Service actually issued a flood statement for Friday. They're expecting waves up to 9 feet. Now, today, high 77. We'll see some afternoon storms tomorrow, a few showers lingering, and then we start to dry things out. We're also looking at the possibility maybe some water spouts this weekend across Lake Michigan.
Surf's up, Chicagoland. Hey, also Salt Lake, good morning. As we say, hello, America, good morning, Salt Lake City at 59 degrees, 59 gorgeous degrees. That actually looks like a graphic.
Who's the constellation person?
Oh, don't
what are we looking at?
Maria LaRussa.
I know the Big Dipper when I see it.
Where's Maria?
What are we looking at right there?
What?
Catherine.
Anybody? Catherine?
Is it Venus?
Yeah, the moon, definitely the moon, and
It's just a smudge.
I'll definitely give you that one.
All right, if you're looking for breakfast this morning, check out Finn's Cafe. We got to talk about this because I need to know how you feel, America. This is the Scandinavian breakfast.
Okay.
2 eggs, any style, hash browns. The real star of this dish is the poached red trout with Finn's tartar sauce. Now, here's my question, America. I can't get into the fish at the breakfast time.
I'm with you there.
I don't know because, you know, a lot of folks do. In Britain they do. In Scandinavia they do. So I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel?
The Caribbean does it too.
Yeah.
I like it. You have it with a little bit of the hash brown.
Okay, if you give me my option of fish or pancakes with Vermont maple syrup, hello.
There we
Guess
go.
where I'm going.
Jen, are you too picky for that?
I'm way too picky for that. I'll just go for the eggs and let some of the yolk spill out over the hash browns and then put a lot of ketchup.
Wow, you set her up.
I'm a picky eater. What can I say? I have very particular tastes. All right, it's time now for the big picture, and good morning to you. And today we are going to start off, of course, talking about the rain that's going to be moving into parts of the Northeast. This is our front that's going to be kicking off storms, and here it is all along this front. This is going to be the activity. Now today we'll see some of these locations 1 to 2 inches. We'll see some heavier rainfall coming down, especially in the early afternoon. The problem is driving up Interstate 95, you're going to see problems going into work as well as coming home. And of course for the big game, Pittsburgh, we're talking Boston, rain coming, thunderstorms, lightning right around game time. And big story across parts of the Midwest, we're going to start to see a change. Temperatures are cooling off. We're going to see a return to fall-like temps. The 40s and the 50s, they're going to be making a comeback. What we have is one front bringing the rain to the Northeast. It's the secondary one that's really going to cool folks off. People in the Southeast, you're going to be looking at the 50s, and the Northeast, it's coming for you as well. Then we head out towards the West. And the West, we're calling this the Wild West today because we have quadruple problems. We're looking at the heat as well as the threat for some flash flooding, rip currents, high surf out, as well as the fire threat. Now today, flash flooding is also going to be a problem, just like what we we saw some of the video there that's proved to be deadly across parts of California. Everything is happening possible across parts of California today.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy morning for us here at the Weather Channel to get the West Coast ready for their weather. All right, let's get the headlines in for the day. Anna Ritis has those.
Good morning, Sam. Good morning to you at home. We start in Phoenix, where police are looking for a possible serial sniper. Police are doubling their presence along I-10, where someone is shooting at cars. The most recent incident yesterday. No one has been hit, thankfully, but a 13-year-old girl was cut by shattered glass. A $20,000 reward is offered for information leading to an arrest. In our nation's capital, lawmakers want to know why 3 million gallons of toxic sludge spilled into Colorado's Animas River last month, turning it bright orange. At a hearing yesterday, the chairman of the House Science Committee called the EPA's actions in causing the spill inexcusable and negligent, the EPA calling it a tragic and unfortunate accident. They say they've spent $8 million on the cleanup. And listen up, cucumber salmonella outbreak is linked to a second death. The CDC says a woman in Texas died after eating what's known as a slicer or American cucumber. The cucumbers are from Mexico and have been recalled. The outbreak has infected more than 340 people in 37 states. Sam, if you are unsure, call your store or a restaurant, talk to them if you're eating it there.
Yeah, and now you know to just watch out for that. All right, let's take a closer look at a water spout. How close do you want to get? I actually don't want to get this close as we're going to show you, but one person did, so we're going to see it.
Sleep. Remember when it welcomed you like a friend? Then it became more elusive. But why? When you have insomnia, it may affect the wake neurotransmitters in your brain, disrupting your wake and sleep messages. Belsomra is a prescription medicine for adults who have trouble falling or staying asleep. Belsomra is thought to help turn down wake messages by targeting and inhibiting the action of orexin, a neurotransmitter that plays a central role in sending wake messages. Only Belsomra works this way.
Do not take Belsomra if you have narcolepsy. When taking Belsomra, don't drive or operate heavy machinery until you feel fully awake. Walking, eating, driving, or engaging in other activities while asleep without remembering it the next day have been reported. Belsomra should not be taken together with alcohol. Abnormal behaviors may include aggressiveness, confusion, agitation, or hallucinations. The temporary inability to move while falling asleep or waking up and temporary leg weakness have also been reported. In depressed patients, worsening depression, including risk of suicide, may occur. Alcohol may increase these risks. Side effects include next-day drowsiness.
Sleep. Ask your doctor about Belsomra.
Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. Flonase is the 24-hour relief that outperforms the #1 non-drowsy allergy pill. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So go ahead, inhale life, excite your senses, seize the day and the night. Flonase, 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Hello? It's Dr. Moreno's office. Can you come in to talk about your biopsy results and bring someone with you?
Sign up for the walk and raise money so no one has to walk alone.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Feel a spark of emotion light up every inch of you.
Stars when you shine.
Feel warm inside.
You know how I
Feel our big, beautiful new candle. Feel Glade.
SC Johnson, a family company.
CoverGirl is the easy way to draw attention. Perfect point liner. Smudge with sponge tip to create a smoking kitten eye. Lash Blast Mascara adds an instant blast of volume. Add a pout to your brow. Wow! From Easy Breezy Beautiful, CoverGirl.
Tomorrow on AMHQ, week 2 of college football. So we'll forecast your tailgates. And since we're in between the peak travel seasons, we'll find you the cheapest places to go tomorrow on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 76. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to AMHQ. Right now, we want to look at a water spout caught off Vermilion, Louisiana, off the Gulf Coast there. And as we take a look at this is a real up-close personal view.
Yeah, and so the discussion was last hour, is this going clockwise or counterclockwise?
Right, and we have to take a look.
First of all, think about water spouts. They form with rising air motion. Air rises, air comes in, northern hemisphere, Coriolis brings it around counterclockwise. So I think it's a lot harder to get a clockwise water spout than it is
expect that in Australia,
to get a clockwise
like
tornado,
that.
Right? So we're going to look at this and actually see if we can see it.
And it's going to zoom in. Just be patient.
Because even this morning when I watched this, it looked like it was clockwise.
There's the waves. Now, look up here. I'm telling you, it looks clockwise to me. And it's kind of hard to tell when you're so close to the water.
That's pretty rare. And it does, I mean, yeah, the waves are looking like they're going clockwise because the water spout is
and you can see
to the right of the wave action. So that would indicate, well, you know.
Are you going to give it to me this time? Are you gonna...
Well, no, because I already said it was clockwise at 7 a.m.
You did say that. And then you went counterclockwise. Then you went counterclockwise. Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. I need to step all the way back here.
You have to step away to see the graphic.
Monitor, okay.
Talk to us this morning and tell us what you think.
I still think it's counterclockwise.
I think it's clockwise.
I'm changing my mind. You guys tell us. Tweet Jen and I.
Tweet us. Let us know.
And tell us what you think. Champion, break the tie.
Here's the deal. I can't because I really need to look at it again because it looks like it's going one way at the base and then it looks like, you know, you've got your typical motion as you get closer to the tall funnel. So it could just be surface winds at the base and a chop of the water as well. It could be all that. I have to look, but you guys get a better view of it sometimes than we do because our faces are on the monitor. So tell us what you think. And you may think that to get a water spout like this, you've got to have some kind of violent weather around it. Has to be a tropical system or a big-time thunderstorm. But that's not the case. They're very common, and let's take a look at what it takes to get one in the wow behind the weather. Water spouts. Some call them the twisters on the water or funnel clouds over the water. And while some water spouts are tornadoes that develop from thunderstorms or on the periphery of tropical systems, most water spouts actually develop from non-thunderstorm clouds. They typically form over tropical waters, and these warm temperatures are essential to the development of water spouts. Water spouts like their water to reach the upper 80s, and that's just a few degrees shy of the way you like your bath water. As the warm air evaporates and becomes rising humid air, clouds form, cooling at a rate nearly 40% slower than dry air. Now this leads to instability and moderately strong updrafts in the clouds. And when the inflow to the rising air of these clouds encounters shifting winds near the water's surface, the converging inflow can form a vortex. And as more air joins in, this vortex can widen to as much as 300 feet in diameter and stretch to more than 2,000 feet tall. And that's a larger volume than One World Trade Center, the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. In extreme cases, these water spouts consist of 100-mile-an-hour rotational winds, and that can be as fast as an EF1 tornado. And with the perfect warm water and humid climate, the Florida Keys are the world's capital of water spouts, with up to 400 occurring annually.
And according to the Storm Prediction Center, their stats show that's more than the number of tornadoes hitting Tornado Alley in some years. The long-term average there, about 268 tornadoes a year.
And now you know a little bit more about waterspouts. Now, I can't tell you how many hours I have wasted sitting on the beach or on the patio watching waterspouts on the Florida coastline.
It's not.
It is. I can't stop looking at them.
Yeah,
I love them.
yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I mean, there's so many things that are met. Lightning, think of a thunderstorm complex that moves through, and this thing keeps going off in the distance, but the lightning keeps lighting up the sky, especially if the sun goes down. Awesome stuff. Speaking of awesome, it's going to get a little wet for you in Galveston here.
Special marine warning,
from the
too, for Galveston.
seawall all the way out here through the amusement park. And I was just telling you, I think if we ever get a Cat 3 storm approaching this, a big one.
Not to scare the folks, but
that's going to be one of the most incredible shots in the world. You're going to have waves breaking up over the base of that.
History has already been made there before.
Yeah.
Again, special marine statement for parts of Galveston today for that threat out there. Now we look at the radar.
Here's where we were looking, by the way, right here. In Galveston. So
there's Galveston.
You can see the storms around. Wasn't much lightning in that shot. Did you see any lightning
No,
flash?
I didn't see any lightning there. I saw a lot of clouds, but we can definitely see that on the radar.
Yeah.
And going down towards Freeport, already looking at some of those as well.
All
Let's
right,
move
guys,
to the east.
Maybe rain for New Orleans today. All this is coming across the beautiful Louisiana coast and heading up toward New Orleans. Of course, we saw the rain yesterday.
We saw the flooding there for parts of French
exactly.
Quarters, and even today, you could look at a couple inches. Interstate 10 to 20, that's where we're going to see the most activity. And then are starting to see some rain working into parts of Florida, but sea breeze comes into play a little bit. It's really all about the front today.
Watch out around Cedar Key, the biggest storm offshore coming onshore in just a moment.
All right,
Sam Champion, what's coming up next?
All right, we also have those storms, that complex moving away from Lake City with an awful lot of little lightning there. Up next, we're tracking. Wait a minute. Let's just go back. Up next, we're tracking the tropics. Henri, Jim, we're going to put them together, see who comes out on top. Hey, we'll tell you where the 8th named storm for the season is.
Turning in the grain again, the bells begin to chime. Time, she says, there's no turning back.
You can pass down a Subaru Forester. She's all yours. But you get to keep the memories.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
This is big. Like big. AT&T and DirecTV are now one, bringing television and wireless together. So you'll get your TV from home on the go, which means you can watch movies while you're on the move. Sitcoms while you sit on those. And even Fargo. In Fargo, you can check out water cooler worthy TV at the water cooler. Yeah? Flip between the fight, the game, and the ballet you didn't want to go to. Binge while you lose weight. Channel surf while you surf. And enjoy a good cliffhanger while you hang from a why am I yelling? The revolution will not only be televised, the revolution will be mobilized. Introducing the all-in-one plan, only from DirecTV and AT&T.
When you have a migraine, you'll reach for anything to make the pain go away. Truth is, most pain relievers don't work like Excedrin migraine. It relieves my pain starting in 30 minutes. That's fast, plus sensitivity to light and sound.
Excedrin migraine.
Wow, that was fast.
Are you sending your kids to school with an allergy medicine that may make them drowsy? Only Children's Claritin provides non-drowsy 24-hour allergy relief.
And it's the #1 pediatrician-recommended non-drowsy brand.
In class and out, your kids can live Claritin.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
Shiny, gorgeous hair color is simply captivating. And now you can get exquisite, easy-to-use salon-quality color at home. Madison Reed is formulated in Italy, starting with all the things healthy hair loves, not the usual harsh ingredients. Only online. Satisfaction guaranteed. Madison Reed. Visit our website right now.
Tomorrow on AMHQ, week 2 of college football. So we'll forecast your tailgates. And since we're in between the peak travel seasons, we'll find you the cheapest places to go tomorrow on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 76. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Good Thursday, everybody. This is a disastrous flood right now happening in Japan. Massive flooding. Breaches everywhere. This is following tropical depression. Yeah, that's it. Just tropical depression Etau. Doesn't matter what the name is or the strength. It contains a lot of water here. Reports of more than 90,000 people in the city of Hoso had to leave their homes here. Earlier on MHQ, we spoke with meteorologist Robert Spada with the Western Pacific Weather.com, and this is what he had to say about what is next for Tokyo and surrounding areas.
Precipitation's drifting off towards the north, so that's definitely going to be helping out with the rescue efforts a little bit farther down there towards the south. So in Ibaraki and Toshigi Prefecture, once this kind of departs, that'll be helping them. But in Tohoku, that's northern portions of Honshu, they still could get an additional 7-8 inches of rainfall.
All right, so let's take a look at this here. You can see what's really kind of a system that's transitioning into the mid-latitudes and really just getting sucked up and absorbed by the front. But the damage, of course, was done down through here. This is Kilo, by the way, off to the east, which will not have an impact, at least in these hardest hit areas. So that's the good news. You can see the track of that weakening. By the way, this is day 21, isn't it, Brandon? This is the 21st day in its existence of Kilo, which is just absolutely amazing when you think about it. The record is 30 days. So to get up there, it's kind of like DiMaggio's record. Will we ever get there again? We'll probably get to Kilo, or the record for longer tropical storms, before we get to DiMaggio's record. As a matter of fact, I feel pretty confident in that. All right, as we watch this really what is open wave, now that's Grace, by the way, working its way to the west. We're hoping that it holds together for beneficial rain, not disastrous rain, beneficial rain in the islands. And remember, we still need the rain. Henri, upper low to the west. The core of the shear still at least touching it and keeping the thunderstorms off, but it's going to start to pull to the west a little bit today. So we may get a chance for this to develop even further as we go on in time. As a matter of fact, you can already see some of these storms beginning to wrap in toward the center. We'll see what happens in time. Obviously, it's very decoupled at the present time, but it won't take much. And as we saw from last night, there's a nice wind field with this from the ASCAP pass, and that's what gave us a tropical storm. So 50, 50, and then out to sea, just skimming Newfoundland. And remember, as these things kind of move to the north, they begin to unravel a little bit. So it's not just the core that is the 50-mile-an-hour winds. It's the area expanded out away from the center, and that's what we're going to see with Henri. All right, next area, just about to emerge from the African coast. 20% chance of this will develop in time, but it's going to have the same pitfalls that Grace did. Sheer, dry air, you know the drill out and through here. Let's take a look at this. Doesn't look like much right now, but if you analyze it along the monsoon trough, there's something right down and through here. So that's what we're going to watch work its way west along the trough and potentially develop here over the next 5 days. And that's the region we're looking at. Typical, moving from east to west. All right, Linda is already drawn its moisture into the southwestern U.S. We saw that yesterday with all the thunderstorms going on over Southern California. Today, very similar. You see that moisture still sticking around. We've still got low-level flow coming in off the Gulf of California. So, I said, Brandon, go ahead and model this out. Let's see what the models do in time with this. So they bring in the rain, certainly for Phoenix and Tucson. A little more robust with this HRRR model, that's for sure. But it looks like, again, Yuma, under the gun, suffering from what could have been a $2 billion disaster Yes, agricultural disaster. We either get no rain or we get too doggone much of it out through here. So big cotton and also dates, big dates across the Yuma area. So here we go. Watching this next area in the Eastern Pacific, Sam. This one will come north and get pretty close to Mexico. So we need to watch it going on in time. Back to you.
And now we're all concerned about that moisture, Jim, and watching them hug the coastline like that, how much of that gets into the desert Southwest again, potentially for California. All right, Anna Rittis is here with Social. You've got a gorgeous picture to start with.
Beautiful picture out of New York City, but I must give you an update on the weather delays. We still have Newark, JFK, and LaGuardia under the gun at least 45 minutes because of weather in the area and the low ceilings. In Manhattan, the storms are away from you. They're getting on me because of my New England accent. Manhattan. In Manhattan. Look at this beautiful double rainbow that was captured by Inga. It's cute.
It's gorgeous. And that's the UN Plaza right there, the big green, glass building. I got to tell you, you see the double rainbow, everything is right. Everyone's going to say this is doctored because it's so beautiful. No. But the rainbow is in the right position. You see the opposite colors going the opposite direction.
Storm very likely moving away with us behind, obviously. Yes, that's
it's beautiful. It's just gorgeous.
Said the sun's behind her, so the storms are moving away.
Yes.
Let's head to Minnesota. Look at this crazy hail shaft. Captured yesterday out in Worthington.
The dark color there.
That's pretty severe
impressive.
right there.
And our last picture coming out of Valencia, California. We had a lot of problems with flash flooding, lightning, downpours, mudslides.
Heat, everything.
Heat, definitely rain that they need, but not so much at so little time. Keep sending us those pictures. Use the hashtag #MyWeather.
A lot of big-time weather to cover this morning, from all the problems in California to the East Coast storms on NFL opening night.
When you're preparing for game time, you gotta get your meats, your hot sauces, your chips, your dips, and your Nexium 24-hour. The all-day, all-night protection of the purple pill comes without a prescription for frequent heartburn. That means today, you're not just a spectator. Today, you came to play. Come to Walmart for Nexium 24-hour and everything else you need to make your game time great every weekend.
Whenever I treat myself, I make sure I treat Rudy too with a Milk-Bone biscuit. They've got vitamin D and calcium for strong bones, and he loves them almost as much as I love him. Hey, I was saving that for later. Say it with Milk-Bone. Give me some paw.
I will live the life of now with Skin of 10.
Olay Total Effects. Vitamin enriched to fight 7 signs of aging. In 4 weeks, skin looks up to 10 years younger. 7-in-1 from the world's #1. Olay, your best beautiful.
What's the plan, Don?
One last ride.
Better act fast.
What's it? Yeah!
Get the Furious 7 Extended Edition.
You know we're crazy, right?
Hold on.
Woo! For a limited time with collectible steelbook packaging, only at Best Buy this Tuesday.
Who needs a witness when you set the world in motion? The Ram ProMaster van. And introducing the all-new Ram ProMaster City. Purpose-built to help you run the town. Ram.
Ooh, I think I saw dessert.
But you just had a big lunch.
Wasn't that big?
Steve. Hey, come back here. Steven, stay strong.
What's that? You want me to eat you?
Honey, he didn't say that.
He did. Very quietly. You can't hear from back there.
Don't fight your instincts. With each for 150 calories or less, try our chocolatey brownies, tangy lemon bars, and new creamy cheesecakes. Fiber One. Go on, have one.
When your windshield needs fixed, trust Safelite. For these parents, driving around was the only way to get their baby to sleep. So when their windshield got cracked,
We can't drive this car.
they wanted it fixed right. So they scheduled with Safelite. Our exclusive TrueSeal technology means a strong, reliable bond every time. At Safelite, we stand behind our work. Night-night, little buddy. Because the ones you love sit behind it. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you think you have coverage for this when you only have coverage for this. That's not homework. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Tomorrow on AMHQ, week 2 of college football. So we'll forecast your tailgates. And since we're in between the peak travel seasons, we'll find you the cheapest places to go tomorrow on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 76. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.